Hello, lovely people. How are you doing? I hope you're doing very well wherever you are. Thank you for making our time to watch this video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. This channel is all about lifestyle, and on today's topic, we'll be discussing on how to change a habit. If you want to really know what a habit is, I'll be leaving a link in my description box on what a habit is and how to help you identify a habit. But today we'll be discussing on how to change that habit after you must have identified it and you think there is a need to do so. Now, the first thing to do to change a habit is to consider the cue. By cue, I mean what exactly do you think is the right thing to be doing at that moment you feel that craving, at that moment you feel that urge to carry out that habit? What do you think is the best thing to replace that action with? What do you think is the next thing to replace that behavior is? Because we discussed in my previous video that habit is a continuous behavioral pattern that you as an individual have built up over time for yourself. Now, when you feel that urge to carry out that habit, when you feel that urge to carry out that behavioral pattern, what can you actually use to replace it? Next thing to do after you must identify what best you can use that time to do is to ask yourself, what is this craving actually satisfying? This habit that I want to carry out now, if I should do this now, what will it satisfy? What will be the outcome? What will I benefit from carrying out this behavioral pattern or this action? By doing so, you may realize that doing exactly what you wanted to do, doing exactly what you crave to do at the moment will not bring any result, will amount to nothing, will not be beneficial to you as an individual. The third thing to do to change a habit is to put together, to set for yourself a routine. Now that you have identified the habit and you have decided that this is not the right thing to be doing at this time, you have asked yourself the question, what will I benefit from doing this? The next thing to do is to set a routine on exactly what to be doing whenever you feel that urge, whenever you feel that impulse to carry out this action, whenever you feel that, set something else that you could be doing in replacement of that action, because you cannot be idle and do nothing at that moment and expect a change. There is something else that will be used as a substitute replacement of this action for a good change. For example, you are someone who is used to have built this attitude of promising what you know within you cannot be able to fulfill. What can you do at this moment? Whenever you feel like making that promise that you know that you cannot be able to fulfill, the first thing to do is to accept your capability in this situation. Accept the fact that from this to this point, this is what I can be able to achieve. This is what I can be able to do in this situation. And open up to the person, people involved or the person involved. This is what I can do. For example, somebody is asking for financial help from you, or someone is asking you to come and offer help at this particular time. Be open to the person. This is what I can do from now to now, to this point. I can be able to offer this amount, or I cannot be able to meet up at this point. This is when I will be coming. By so doing, you have relieved yourself of that pressure, or of that burden of going beyond yourself, going beyond your capability to, by all means, to achieve that in order to please someone and then at the end displease yourself. This is what you do not want for yourself as an individual. You are someone who is very temperamental. Whenever you hear someone talking in a manner which you do not think is acceptable to you, whenever a situation comes up, you flare up immediately. You cannot put yourself together. You just react immediately. You don't want to know what is going to be the outcome of your reaction, but you just say it in a way that after some time, when you sit down and listen to yourself, you will regret what you have said. Then now, what can you do in that situation? The first thing to do is to learn to give people listening ear. When that person start saying that thing. Be able to put yourself together, listen to what he has said, at least to a point where you must have understood the point at which the person is trying to make. Then, by so doing, you must have known the right reaction to give. And if you do not know what to say or what to react or how to react at that moment, you can ask the person to give you time. Then you come back to this at your own time. Then you will give the person an adequate or suitable reply next time. Learn to put your emotions together. You may also be someone who always blames others for his or her mistake. That means you do not take responsibility of your actions. You do not want to accept that this could come from you. This could be a mistake that you have made that resulted to this, or whatever be the outcome. You can start by acknowledging that you have a responsibility to stand for each action that you take as far as you are an adult. When you understand this point, you will be able to make conscious effort to take the right actions. And if by any means something comes up, you'll be responsible for it. You could also be someone who procrastinates. This procrastination may arise when you do not feel the urge to carry out an activity. You think there is always a better time. Maybe I can do it next time. Maybe there's another time for it. Let me just relax. After some time, there's still time. The way to go about this is to try setting a time limit for each task. By the way, I have a video on how to have a fulfilled day. I will also leave the link to that video in the description box, so you can watch and know how to manage your time on a daily basis. Now, to solve this procrastination, you have to set a time limit for each task on a daily basis. By doing so, you work with that time. You minimize delay. You minimize interruptions. You pull yourself up even when you do not feel like you carry yourself along, even when you feel like relaxing, even when you feel like there's another time for this, I can do it. But this is a way to encourage yourself to go on, encourage yourself to move more, working with that time. These are tips on how to change a habit. Remember that we said the first thing to do in order to change a habit is to get to know the cue. The cue means getting to know what exactly can be used in replacement of that action, of that craving. Because you cannot say, I do not want to do this, I will stop doing this. Then you at that moment, there's nothing else to be used in replacement of that. You will find yourself doing it over and over again. But when you have something in replacement of that character, in replacement of that behavior, you will be able to use that thing to make a proper replacement. Next thing to do, like we said, is to find out the reward of that habit. Find out the reward of that habit. What will be my gain? What will I benefit from carrying out this craving, this behavioral pattern that I feel like carrying out now? For example, you are a drug addict, or you are given to procrastination or alcoholism or telling lies or living a life of pretense. You have to ask yourself, out of all of this, what will I benefit from it? What will be my reward? You will find out that there is nothing to gain from all of these actions. And by the time you do so, you will see the need to put conscious effort for a change. Because whatever be that you have developed or built up over time as a habit must be solved by conscious effort. Whether the habit was built up consciously or the habit was built up unconsciously, there must be conscious effort to solve that habit, to resolve that character. So when you ask yourself, what am I going to be making out of this effort, this habit that I want to exhibit now, you see that there's no need for that. Now, the third thing that we said on how to change a habit is to find a replacement routine. To create a replacement routine. Put up a routine of actions in replacement of that habit that you would like to change. Thank you for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for the next video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.